If you enjoy views like I do, you're gonna love this video because in this video I share with you 12 fantastic places to get a view of Rome. Some are from an elevated position, some are just unique. Lots of fun things to share with you in this video. If you enjoy views, you're gonna love it. Let's get started. The first view I'm going to talk about comes in number 12. Now, originally I was just going to do 10 views, but there was a couple more that I just wanted to add. I thought, might as well because these are really good views too. It's at Piazza Pia. When you think of getting a view of Rome, oftentimes you think of getting up on top of a high point, looking down on the city. This is not that. This is just a great view of St. Peter's Basilica, Castel Sant Angelo, the Tiber River. It's just a piazza there at the end between Castel Sant Angelo and Vatican City that just has lots of atmosphere. It's just a great place to hang out, chill, get some Instagram photos. The views in every direction are outstanding. It's not like any one view is spectacular, it's just all around. So in 12th position is Piazza Pia. Our next view is also not a view from an elevated position, but it is a great view of the Colosseum. Now, if you're visiting the Colosseum and you want to get a great picture, a video of the Colosseum, there's a bridge that's located right on top of the metro station called Ponte degli Anibaldi. Now from there, you get really cool pictures, videos of the Colosseum with the traffic running below. And as you walk around the Colosseum, you can also find some great angles and shots around the Colosseum, but having done that, I felt like the best views were right there on top of Ponte degli Anibaldi. If you're looking to get a great view of St. Peter's Basilica and you want to have the Tiber River in the picture, there's no better place than Ponte Umberto. Ponte Umberto is located maybe 300 meters from Castel Sant Angelo. So while you're in that direction, in that area, be sure to head over to the bridge. The views are incredible. Our next view is Garden of the Oranges. Garden of the Oranges is located 400 meters from the Circus Maximus, so it's easy to get to. And from there you have a slightly elevated view over the city. You can see St. Peter's Dome in the distance. What's really interesting, the Garden of the Oranges, as you walk down the path through the orange trees, you're gonna see the dome. And as you start, the dome actually looks much closer. As you get closer to the dome or to the terrace, the dome starts to appear further and further away. It's a little bit of an optical illusion, pretty interesting, so be sure to check that out. And then right around the corner, literally a 2-minute walk, if that, from there is the keyhole. One of the most unusual, most interesting views of St. Peter's Basilica. You actually can see it through a literal keyhole. If you like elevated views, then you're gonna love this next view. It is from on top of St. Peter's Basilica. For this view, you do have to pay to go up. It costs 10 euros if you want to take the stairs all the way from the bottom to the top. Or you can pay 15 euros and take an elevator halfway, and then you still have to climb some stairs from the halfway point to the dome. But getting up there is a little bit of a challenge, not too difficult, maybe 300 stairs, but once you're on top, the views from there are pretty incredible. You're in kind of a cage, but it's quite, something just to be on top of St. Peter's, and then in addition to that, getting the views. Again, you're up high, so the perspective from there, you can see really just how big Rome is. It's a lot bigger than most people think, especially when you have a bird's eye view on top of St. Peter's Basilica. One of my favorite places in Rome is Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill is where you're going to find Capitol Museum, the Campidoglio, Victor Emmanuel Monument, and so much more, and one of the greatest views of the Roman Forum. It's located right behind the Capitol Museum. There's a little perch there where you get slightly elevated views overlooking the Colosseum that are quite incredible. In fact, I think they're better than many of the views within the Forum itself. So be sure to head over to this perch, to this lookout when you're visiting the Capitol Hill area. It's magnificent. Our next stop, number 6, is Piazza Garibaldi. Piazza Garibaldi is located right above the Trastevere neighborhood, and it's a go-to spot every day at noon for the firing of the cannon. Santa Barbara, but it's also a very special spot to catch a sunset. People from all over the city head up to Piazza Garibaldi every night to catch a sunset, look over the city. There's also a great view of St. Peter's Basilica from up there. It's just a real fun thing to do one evening while you're in Rome. Our next view I want to share with you is also right here at Capitol Hill. It's called Piazzale Caffarelli. To get there, you just need to go around the side of the Capitol Museum, through some doors, up a flight of stairs, out onto a terrace, and from there you get great views of Theater Marcello, St. Peter's Basilica, and that whole area, all the domes and stuff. Great place for a sunset. Just a wonderful place to catch a view. And what I like best about it, it's not usually very crowded because few people know about it, but now you do, so take advantage of the opportunity to get some great views of Rome right there from the terrace at Piazzale Caffarelli. As a small YouTuber, it does take subscribers to keep this channel going, so consider subscribing if you haven't. And if you have subscribed, please like this video, share the video with others that are heading to Rome, make a comment. It all helps the algorithm, helps us expand our content into new markets, new people, and that's what it is. Trying to grow on YouTube is not an easy thing, so we really appreciate any effort you can help us with. Again, thank you, and back to the video. Now we're down to my top 4 views in Rome. All 4 of these are quite incredible. Kind of hard to put these in order, but the one I want to share with you next is Terrazza Pincio. Terrazza Pincio is located a short walk from Piazza del Popolo. Walk up a couple of flights of stairs, and when you get up there, the views looking over Piazza del Popolo straight out to St. Peter's Basilica are incredible. People from all over the city gather there throughout the day. It's one of those places, there's always people there. There's always music playing. It's just a great place to get a view of Rome. One of my favorites. I love the fact that there is, background music almost always up there. Somebody with really just kind of creating the atmosphere of a great experience. So if you're looking for not just a great view, but a great experience, head up to Terrazza del Pincio right there in Villa Borghese above Piazza del Popolo. You're going to love it. In third place, one of my favorite places to get a view of Rome is from Castel Sant Angelo. Now to get into Castel Sant Angelo, you do have to pay an entrance fee. I think it's around 18 euros. But once in, you've got all kinds of places to explore and get fantastic views of Rome, including the very top, which are quite incredible. But my favorite views are actually a little bit lower down, looking through the many archways over the city of Rome. I find them very inspirational, interesting, just a great place to kind of explore and get some fantastic views of Rome. Number 2 is Victor Emmanuel Monument. Now the Victor Emmanuel Monument, you're going to see that from wherever you're at in Rome. You can pretty much see that it's so huge, but actually going into the monument, onto the monument, up the monument, the views are spectacular. They do have a terrace up top. You can take an elevator to the very top and get elevated views looking out over Rome. But some of my favorite views are actually looking through the various pillars. They have these huge pillars. I mean, they're massive. And then as you walk up to them, you get unobstructed views. I say unobstructed views. It opens up over the Roman Forum, over just so many parts of Rome. There's so many interesting places to get views and pictures from Victor Emmanuel Monument. If you're in Rome, make it a priority to visit. It's quite incredible. The best thing about the monument are the views, in my opinion. Yeah, there's some museums inside, some interesting things, but what I love most is just walking around and checking out all the views that are available right there from Victor Emmanuel Monument. My favorite place to get a view in Rome is within the Roman Forum. It's up on Palatine Hill. From there you get great views of the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, Victor Emmanuel Monument. You're not too high, you're not too low. It's just a really great perspective of the city. I love it from up there, so when you're visiting the Forum, be sure to climb up to Palatine Hill and get those views. You're gonna absolutely love it. If you're going to be heading to Rome anytime soon, check out my new video. In fact, my wife says it's my best video I've made to date. That video is a one-day itinerary to help you make the most of your time in Rome, and that video is coming up right now.